Rizzo here. Just a few things I want to say before we get this started. I understand that there's quite a lot of Crawmerax solos obviously around YouTube, and 90% of them still work, but I know that there are certain people that are having problems in doing it. So I figured I'd post this video because I've actually come up with another way of actually hitting him on his critical spot on his back. Now I still have to actually use the glitch spot. Unfortunately, obviously I can't take this guy on my own. So yeah, hopefully this is a video that's going to help you to hit his critical spot on his back. So. Also, I know that a few people are having trouble getting to the actual glitch spot itself. I did try this a few times myself and I couldn't get it to work. I did get killed quite a few times, but then I just sort of memorized the path that I took, and actually one time and it worked. So hopefully it'll work for you as well. So here goes. Basically what you want to do is, as soon as you activate the lift of the button, you want to face the left hand corner that's immediately facing the lift, just to the left hand side here, because this is practically the way that you're going to be running. And immediately as soon as you get to the top, you're going to want to be sprinting straight towards the corner, and that's taking you directly in the path that you want to go. You don't want to be looking to your right or trying to figure out, you know, where he is or what's going on, because there's just not really any need. So here goes. Now there's actually a little crevice here just on my left. You don't actually want to drop down into that actual part yet. You want to just keep sprinting along this left hand side until you actually get right to the corner. Then drop down, then immediately just go into the corner and crouch. And 9 times out of 10 this works. And if you notice, I'm actually in the spot and I'm not being attacked. Well, I am still being attacked obviously, but these actual worm guys, these do actually go away. It is normal for these to attack you maybe once or twice as you get into the corner spot, but you actually notice that, you know, the guys are just standing around, and eventually these guys do actually disappear. I mean, if you wanted to take these guys out, you want to shoot these guys, or, you know, do whatever you want to them, then that's fine. You know what I mean, you can shoot them and they don't attack you, you know what I mean? So, but that's personally out of choice. I've also got a Ricochet gun here. Now in videos you see people sort of hit the back there. Now I'm hitting critical shots there, but they're actually on his flipper. No matter what I do or where I aim, I just can't quite seem to hit his back. It just never seems to work for me. I don't know why, but you know, that's each to their own. Then I have my Niddhogg launcher. Now again, I've seen people just sort of try and aim and drop rockets onto his back, but again, this is just something that I just can't seem to do. For whatever reason, the rockets fall short. He's just out of range. I just can't quite get it to work. But I have actually devised another way. Hey guys, sorry about that. I did actually make a bit of a mistake there and I was actually killed, you know, so I did actually fail, but you know, accidents happen, right? But what you'll see is I've actually decided to finish off soloing him now. I figured I might as well do it. So I figured I'd just cut out the boring bit where I took off his pincers and, you know, shot out his eye or whatever. So you notice that there's obviously only the spot on his back left. Like I've said many times, like before, I can't get this to work for whatever reason it is. I just can't seem to hit him on his back. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's each to their own. If it works for you, then fantastic. But this is basically why I'm doing this video, just to basically try and, if you know, if it helps a few people out in trying to hit his critical spot on his back, then you know, fantastic. Basically, what you want to do is you need this launcher here, which I'll show you in my inventory. I understand my weapons are pretty low level, guys. You must understand that I'm actually only about level 50. I've only just started my second playthrough. Just for purposes of this video, I actually backed up my save file and I used Willow Tree to change my level to 61, just so I actually had a chance of killing this guy. But you know, all my weapons are sort of pretty low, so you know, laugh away if you want, but whatever. But this is essentially the gun that you're going to need. It's a Leviathan. Now there are different versions of this. You can get a blue version, you can get a purple version. I'm not sure if there's an orange version of it, but yeah, this is the gun that basically you need. And you'll notice at the bottom in the red writing it says it rises. This is because it actually, the stats of the rockets, when you fire a rocket it actually falls with gravity, whereas most rocket launchers don't. It just flies in a constant line as if gravity isn't acting on it. Now the purple version of this, the better version, I think you actually get off the Rack Hive, the big giant boss that you kill at some point. I've been told that you get a pretty decent high drop rate off it. But the blue version, which is this version, which is the one I got, you actually get this from a quest from the New Haven bounty board, and it's called Wanted Fresh Fish. And basically you have to go into Treacher's Landing and grenade the water, and it allows fish bodies to come up to the surface, and you have to collect, I think it's about 25 of them or something like that. It's a very easy quest, you know what I mean? You just run around, throw a few grenades and collect the fish, and this is basically what you get as a reward. Now you do need this. Unfortunately, if you can't get this, there are ways of making a weapon so that it has these stats. I mean, I know people use Willow Tree. You can make a custom rocket launcher if that's your wish, you know what I mean? Well, I suppose if you're going to make your own custom weapons using Willow Tree, you're not going to be soloing this boss to try and get normal loot. I suppose if you're just going to make your own, but you know, whatever, you know, it's just a way I know of being able to get it. Also, for those of you that might notice that I've got stupid inventory size, again, that is just basically because I was sick of having to sell all my decent weapons or weapons that I found. I was bored of actually having a really small backpack space, and this was before the Moxie DLC come out and it gave you a bank and stuff. I've been playing this game for quite a while, so you know, I just got bored, so I figured I'd just give myself a stupid inventory size so that I didn't have to worry about carrying whatever. But other than that, you know what I mean, I've not done anything else. I will revert back to my old save once I've downed this boss, you know what I mean. This is just purely to show you guys. But anyways, let's get back to what we're here for. Now, as I was saying last time before I was failed, if you actually hug this rock line here and don't go too far, you can actually put a bit of distance between you and the corner without them attacking. That's fine. And essentially what you're going to need to do is, if you fire a rocket in the air from this Leviathan, for example, and I try and follow this here, I'm not sure if you can see, you just see it there flittering away. Follow it. You will notice that the rocket falls and lands on the floor, and this allows you to actually lob grenades onto his back. Now if you just roughly line your rocket launcher up within the center of his body and just go in a direct straight line up, you will notice this rock formation just here. Now you'll notice that in the third rock there's actually a little spiked point just there. Now you want to be firing sort of within this range of the rock. That's usually around where he stops when you get to the point, just around here. So again, once you've lined him up and you know roughly the direction you're firing your rockets, you want to roughly aim in the center, and I advise you to fire off the entire magazine in one go into one place. If you fire them scattered all around in different places, you'll never know if which rocket actually hit his back, if any, sort of thing. So just watch these rockets fall. Slightly off. But you'll notice his actual animation, he does the whole standing up thing, then a sitting down, then a standing up, then a sitting down. You can only actually sort of hit him, which is now, when he's actually sitting down and he's got his back exposed. When he's got his back facing away from you, it's actually pretty hard to hit, and this can be pretty time consuming. So you do just have to have patience. So again, you know, you just have to line it up, and you just got to sort of just keep trying. Just keep trying different locations, and then once you get a location that works, just remember your previous shot. Watch the rockets fall, and there's one, there's a hit, there's another one, you know, so it does definitely work. And then obviously once you've got the rough location, I think mine was about there, just rinse and repeat until you down him, and essentially that's all it is. And hopefully this will help a few people out. I'm just going to keep doing this now, and I'm going to speed the video up hopefully to the point where I actually down him and you'll be able to see the loot or whatever. But yeah, I hope this helped you out, guys. Way, and there we go. And then it's just a case of enjoying your loot. Just a quick side note though, you don't actually get that decent loot when you're on your own. You obviously get a lot more when you're with more people, because obviously it's harder to down. But essentially that's all it takes. Don't know what's that. Oh, but yeah, so I hope this helps some people out. And if you have any questions, you know, just post in the comments or whatever, and I'll try and answer them as best I can. So, yeah. This is Rizzo. Good luck down in Crawmerax.